Hello, students, and welcome back. For our second semester, we're going to start off with the topic of polynomials. And to start polynomials, we're going to look at a certain type. And these are going to be what we call cubic or degree 3 polynomials. So you'll determine that you're looking at a degree 3 by looking at the largest exponent on any of your variables. And if that exponent is a 3, then you have a degree 3 or cubic polynomial. So your first example, you have 3x to the third power. So this third power is what determines that we have a degree 3 or cubic polynomial. And so this type of polynomial will have certain features, and some of those features are determined by the number that is multiplied with that term. So the number that is multiplied to the x to the third term happens to also be a 3. We call this the leading coefficient. So the leading coefficient in this problem is the 3, the number that is in front of or multiplied to the x to the third term. Now, if that number is positive, as it is here, it's a positive 3, then we're going to notice that the left end of your graph will be pointed down, and the right end of your graph will be pointed up. So we would fill in down here and up here. Now, what that means is on the left end, the graph is going down, and then it will do some curving. And on the right end, the graph will be pointed up. And that will happen anytime that your leading coefficient is a positive number. So this is a positive leading coefficient. Since I only have one example to show you, I will just talk to you about what happens if it's negative. So if you have a negative leading coefficient, so the number in front of your x to the third would be negative something, like negative x to the third, then the left side will start up, and then it will do some curving, and then will move down. So if you look at those graphs, you will see that the positive looks like a positive trend. This graph is starting low and then moving high. And if you look at the negative, it's a negative trend. It's starting high and it's moving low. So hopefully that will help you think of what's happening there. So the first thing you're going to analyze is the leading coefficient. Positive, it goes down to up. Negative, it goes up to down. And I'll have to clear the screen to move on to the rest of our analysis, but I do want you to see that that happened on this graph. So we had a positive 3 as our leading coefficient. So the left-hand side is pointing down, the right-hand side is pointing up. So it went from down to up. All right, now you will be given problems to do and then need to type those into Desmos. So I wanted to take a minute and show you. So again, we're going to be typing in this 3x to the third minus 10x to the second plus x plus 6 into Desmos to look at the graph. So I've already got Desmos pulled up on one of my screens here. And you may type in f of x or y equals. You can do either one. Your equal sign and then it was 3x. Now to get an exponent, you can do Shift 6 and then type in your exponent 3. And then when you type your next term, it was minus 10x, and then Shift 6 again, squared. And then we had plus x plus 6. So you'll notice that you have the graph showing. You can zoom out, but you do want to be able, I needed it zoomed in like this, trying to make it as big as I can, so that I can see the left end down, the right end up, and I need to be able to see everywhere that it hits the x-axis. I need to be able to see where it hits the y-axis. And this actually has another point really close to it that we'll be discussing. So sometimes you do want to have it zoomed out just a little bit more so that you can see that there are 2 points there. You may have to use the wrench to help you determine what your x-axis and y-axis boundaries should be. So you may have to work with it a little bit, but again, you want those x-intercepts showing. Actually, I'm going to have to zoom in just a little bit more. Need the x-intercepts. I need the highest point and the lowest point and the y-intercept. So I'm going to start with this. I have a y-intercept. I also have this other hidden point, and then this one. You will be typing in to see what your graph looks like, but we already have the graphs done for you on your homework, and you will just have to match what you see from Desmos to the correct choice. So we think that will help you in this process. So this is how Desmos can help you. Then we'll go back to the notes and the important points. I've gone ahead and captured that same graph. It looks a little different because I made it have a wider scale for X and Y so that we could see things. You'll be looking for the important points of the graph. So the first would be the y-intercept. For the y-intercept, you will be looking for the ordered pair that is 0 and some other number. And that number might be another 0, or it might be, as in this case, 0, 6. It could even be 0 and then a decimal. But you're looking for the y-intercept to be on the y-axis, and it needs to be 0 and then another number. So the x is a 0. That would be your y-intercept. Now, your x-intercepts, most of the time with degree 3s, you'll have more than one. The most number of x-intercepts you could have for a degree 3 is 3 of them. You're looking for the points that are on the x-axis. So the first one here is negative 0.667, 0. And then your second one is 1, 0. And our third one is 3, 0. So all of these are some number and then 0. So 0 is in the y position. These are your x-intercepts. The next thing you'll be asked to find are your solutions. Now, the solutions are not ordered pairs. Those are the x's from the x-intercepts. So once you have the x-intercepts, you simply list the x's from the x-intercept. So negative 0.667, 1, and 3. And I'm putting them in a solution set. They are not ordered pairs. So the solutions are the x's of the x-intercepts, the x values from the x-intercept. And again, in a degree 3, the most that you could have would be 3 of them. All right, then we have 2 other points that we will be looking for. These graphs may have a maximum. A maximum is where the graph has a hill. So you would be looking for this highest point on the hill. And so that would be, in this case, this point that was very, very close to the y-intercept. And so it is 0.051, comma, and then 6.025. And you'll have one maximum on these, and then a minimum value. Now your minimum is where the graph has what you might think of as a valley, so a lowest point. And on this problem, it is 2.171, comma, and then negative 8.264. And so this is the analysis that we will want you to do. So you can refer back to this video to see what the different pieces are. Remembering that your leading coefficient will tell you what it does on the ends, on the left end and on the right end. So very quickly, I want to show you what your homework is going to look like. And for that, I'm going to switch to your homework page. So we have created a set of 4 problems. So you can see your function here. And remember, f of x, you could just type in y equals. So you could type this into Desmos. Now, your leading coefficient is the number that's in front of the x to the third. So on this number 1 problem, that is 1 x to the third. So let me show you then on your answer page. So this will be a page of your homework. Then you're going to be given an answer page. And your leading coefficient is one of these 5 answer choices. So for problem number 1, we said that it was 1 x to the third. So that would be answer choice C. And so in the answer blank, I don't want you to put 1. I'd like for you to put the letter C. So that came from the answer page. And then this will just continue happening. So you'll look at the left end behavior, and because it was a positive, I want you to think, what will it do? Will it go on the left? Will it be up or will it be down? On the right, will it be up or will it be down? And then you can put the correct letter in the blank. So since this one was a positive, we said that the left would go down, and so you'd put the letter for down. And we said that the right would go up, so you'd put the letter for up. And then the last thing I'll point out to you is that we have these graphed. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 graphs to choose from. So there is an extra. You will not use them all. Likewise, some of these answers may be used more than once or not at all. So you'll choose the graph that matches what you're seeing on Desmos. And then once you get that graph picked out, all these important points are shown for you. So once you get the graph picked out, then you can answer. So again, you put the letter, whatever graph goes with it, and then you'll have your y-intercept. And so you can, whatever graph you chose, you've got a list of different values of y-intercepts. So you can see these. For your x-intercepts, you've got a list of x-intercepts. You'll probably be choosing more than one. And your solutions, which match your x-intercepts, Then you've got a list of maximums and a list of minimums. So on this page, we should be seeing all letters. You're going to be choosing the letter that matches your answer choice. So we should see all letters on this page. So good luck with your homework, and remember to ask your teacher if you have any questions. We hope that this is the start of a good semester for you.